Hello, everybody, and welcome to Star School. My name is Paul Kroto. I'm a five-star executive here at Longevity. And again, we're so excited to be with you here today to continue our leadership development program. It's so important to Sheryl and I that we keep the main thing the main thing. And the main thing is to develop leaders here at Longevity. So we're so excited to come to you on a weekly basis here on every Thursday to host Star School. And this whole Thursday Star School series is about growing you, self-improvement. So today we're talking about so we're in the book, The 21 Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell, and we're working on law number 13, which is the law of the picture. And simply put, this law of the picture states that people do what people see. So you have to be the example for your team. Your team is always looking at you, whether you realize it or not. So it's really important, and Sheryl and I understand this law, and we always work to be the picture so people can see what we're doing and how we're doing it so they can model what we're doing. So I love this part that John talks about. He says, when the leader shows the way with the right actions, their followers copy them and succeed. That's the law of the picture. So this law could also be called the law of duplication. And Sheryl and I always talk about it doesn't matter what works, because we get people all the time saying, well, this worked, that worked, that worked. What matters is what duplicates. Can other people do what you just did? And if the answer is no, then you can't do that. This whole network marketing thing and this whole longevity thing is not a sales game. It's a duplication game. So you got to do something that other people can do so it duplicates level after level after level after level. So you land up with a business that's got its hundreds, if not thousands of levels deep. So you have to set up the picture in your team's mind of what needs to be done on a daily basis. So actually, let's start on a bigger picture. And I got Diamond Ambassador Sheryl Morley here with me. Say hi, Sheryl.
Hi there. Welcome, everybody.
So, I love working with Sheryl because she's at the top, and she's the person that sets the vision, sets the mission, and really sets the strategy for the whole company to follow. So the first thing that John talks about in this chapter of the law of the picture is vision. So vision provides a picture answering the question, what? What is our goal here at Longevity? So Sheryl, state in the clearest terms you can for people, what is our goal here? What is our vision here at Longevity?
Okay, I sure will, Paul, and thank you so much. Okay, you guys, so our vision, so this is what we see when we look into the future. It's what Dr. Wallach saw like 50 years ago, and it's what he still sees today. So here it is. It is 1 million people living a better everyday life because of longevity. It's that simple. And you guys, write this down. I'm going to say it again. It's our vision is 1 million people living a better everyday life because of longevity. That's our vision. That's simple. That really is. And we as leaders, to be a good leader, you must communicate the vision clearly, creatively, and continually. We need to remind each other. We need to remind everyone. You need to remind yourself every morning. Paul and I say this every morning to ourselves, right? Because the leader's effective communication of the vision makes the picture clear. The picture has to be clear, but that is not enough, right? So we've got to make that picture clear every single day, but that's not enough. The leader must also live the vision, okay? We've got to live that every single day. We have to have it as at the forefront of our minds. So the leader's effective modeling of the vision makes the picture come alive. And I love that, Paul, because I'm really visual. So I love to keep that picture alive in my mind. I love it.
Yeah, it's really our guiding light. Like, where are we going? It's so important to wake up every morning and have that result in your mind of where you want to land up. And by stating that 1 million people, so we're not like wishy-washy on the number here. We want 1 million people on auto ship. And the vision that we have is we see these million people living a better everyday life. I mean, you look at it, and again, it's this law of the picture. I want my life for you to see my life, that how great it is. I mean, it's amazing being me. I would love to give my shoes to you for a day. And Sheryl, if I could wear your shoes for a day, would be wonderful.
Listen here, Paul, you better get your running shoes on.
Yeah. My high heels on over there. Yeah. So we are that picture, the vision of what life can be like, and that a better everyday life. So many people are struggling right now in their everyday life. You ask the average person whether they love their everyday life or not, they're going to say no. I mean, it's just chaos, so I love that, helping people live in a better everyday life. I mean, it just really moves me to get up early, stay up late, and help as many people as possible do that. So Sheryl, now we know what, okay, we got the vision, what we want. Now the next part is the mission. Okay, so the mission provides purpose. So we always talk about RPM, so it's the result that we want. There's a million people. What's the purpose? What's the P? So we got to answer that question and ask, why are we doing this?
Well, and we do that, Paul, with our mission, right? So we're talking about our mission now. So our mission at Youngevity, our purpose, you guys, why we're here, why, and Paul, I love the way you say it, keeps you up late at night, gets you up early in the morning. And the reason why we do this is to help people improve their physical, emotional, and financial health, right? So you guys think about that. When I meet people, every day I meet somebody new, I meet people, and as I really get to know them, I see that there really are these three problems with every single person. Every single person I meet. Look, it doesn't matter if it's a doctor, it doesn't matter if it's a lawyer, it doesn't matter if, it doesn't matter who it is, because I think a lot of times we think, oh, well, they already make enough money. Oh, well, they do this, they do that. No prejudging. There can't be any prejudging, but I promise you, everybody has these three problems, the physical health. And you guys, our products are fantastic. We know we can help people with that. That's how I built my business for 16 years. The first 16 years I was here, I only talked about the physical health, right? Because we know and we see that. And it's easy to see. We know people, we see them and they're sick. We know we can help them. What about emotional? What about the emotional health? Think about that. Do you know when somebody has bad or poor emotional health? You don't know. You don't know. You can't tell, right? But it's there. People have that, and it's being stressed out. People are stressed out beyond belief. And what's so amazing to me, and I didn't really think about this that much, but I just heard it this morning driving the kids to school. This is the most stressful time of year. I didn't know that. People are stressed out of their minds. Suicides, by the hundreds are happening right now because people are so stressed out at this time of year. And I think the reason why, and I think Paul will agree with me, is the state of people's financial health, right? Not being able to get something that you want to get for your kids for Christmas, not being able to help people that you want to help at this time of year, right? Everything's so expensive. And it really just comes down to that people don't have enough money to do the things they want to do. And I'm not talking about some extravagant vacation. I'm talking about being able to help a neighbor. And like I said a second ago, being able to, buy a certain type of toy or what your child wants. Gosh, it's so much stress. There's tons of stress on people when those things, Paul, can't happen. It's right. Just amazing. So it can be a hard time of year.
Yeah. And those three things are tough all year round. Just like you, I talk to people every single day. Their physical health, I've had people fill out the health evaluation. I'm blown away by the scores on there. It is just crazy high. Even people that I think I'm sitting across, they seem, perfectly healthy to me. So I'm always worried that they're going to score 0 on the health evaluation. And they score 137 or some crazy high number.
Right.
And when I talk to people and really get to know them, man, they're stressed out of their skull. I mean, they got so much going on. They don't even know which way's up. And it's just, stress is at an all-time high in society because there's so much going on. And, Sheryl and I always joke that because we haven't had jobs in 20 years, more than that. So we don't even understand, we become so disconnected from that, or how could someone have time to go to work? I understand why, and Sheryl understands why people are so stressed out, because it's just, you got to work 40 hours a week and drive there and drive home, and the kids and the husband and the spouse and the this and the that and the everything is just totally mind-blowing. So, we want to give people more time freedom, so with the three things that Youngevity offers to people is money, time, and health. Those are the three things that we can give to people. And so that's great. So we got a vision of where we're going. We got a mission, why we're doing it. Now we got to talk about strategy. That's the third thing that we got to talk about. And the other words we use for strategy here in Star School is the MAP, or the massive action plan, right? We got to have that map. How in the world are we going to get this vision to happen of 1 million people living a better everyday life? So there's three things. When you talk about strategy, and this is the three things that Sheryl and I talk about, we've been talking about for years now, and we're going to be talking about it for the next 20 years. And those three things, the real, if you want to be successful at Youngevity, and really the secret to success in anything in life is to do a few simple things every day, consistently, over time. Okay, so if you got a magic marker and you want to write this on the wall, it'd be a good idea, because you got to memorize this part here. You got to do a few simple things, just a few simple things, every day. People say, well, Paul, what do you mean by every day? Every day means every day. If you say, well, Paul, you don't really do those three things on your birthday, do you? Yeah. What about on Christmas Day? Do you do those three things? Yeah, I do those three things on Christmas Day. Every single day of the year, I do three things. What are those three things? I work on myself first and foremost. If my lid isn't high enough, if Sheryl's lid isn't high enough, we aren't going anywhere. So we got to raise our lid. We talked about that on week 1, the law of the lid. So you got to get better. You got to work on yourself first and foremost. The second thing you got to do every day is recruit. I'm always looking for new customers and new CEOs to bring into my business. And the third thing I do every single day is I coach. I call my CEOs back that I enrolled. How are things going? I call my customers back that I enrolled and ask them, how are things going? Taking the supplements. What are you doing? How's it going? How are you feeling? So I'm coaching. I'm doing self-improvement. I got recruiting, and I got coaching. And I do those three things 365 days a year. So I'm the law of the picture. And Sheryl, I know you do the same thing.
Yeah, you better believe it, Paul. I do. And I do the self-improvement, I do the recruiting, and I do the coaching every single day. You guys, I cannot stress enough how important it is to really start with yourself, that self-improvement. And how fantastic is it that we can change our leadership number? That's what I'm so excited about. I just thought the leaders were born and that's how you are. But no, we can get better. We can become better and better and better at leading. And the way I do it, the things I like to do, I love to listen to YouTube. The different self-improvement things on YouTube. There's so many great things. And I just so you guys know, I love the TED Talks. I love them. You can find some really great TED Talks on there. The other thing that I absolutely love is I love Audible. If you guys don't have Audible, get Audible. I don't have time to sit and read a book. I would love to do that, but I'm driving a lot, like 4 hours a day I drive. So I love audible.com, and it reads me the book as I'm driving. That's how I do my self-improvement every single day. And it starts with you. So you have to do that. That's something, you just have to do it. Linda Tyler's got some great things that she does too with that self-improvement and reading those books every single day. I love that. Number 2 is the recruiting. You guys, we have got, and when I used to hear the word recruiting, I'd be like, oh, it kind of made me a little bit sick. But you guys, it's not hard. Okay, it's not hard to do. It's not hard to learn to do it. And at Star School, we have got tons of information to help you become a better recruiter. That's what you do. You become a better recruiter day by day, a little bit at a time, consistently, just like Paul said. And you can go to starschoolsystem.com to get some of these wonderful tips and to really find out how to be a good recruiter, and then go ahead and make that your goal and become a better recruiter, okay? And then the third thing is coaching. Is it important to call your people or call your team? Oh my gosh, it's essential. You have to do it. You've got to do that weekly review. How is your team going to get better if you don't know where they are, in their progress, and you don't know how their week went, and you don't know what their goals are for their new week? Now, and if somebody knows how you're going to know that without calling them and talking to them, let us know, because maybe there's something we don't know. But I think that it's all about calling them, talking to them, and really finding out how they did last week and where they're going this next week. That's how you do it. And I do all of these things because I understand that as a leader, the first person I need to lead is me. The first person you need to lead is you, okay? The first person that I should try to change is me. And I shouldn't even say try. The first person that I should change is me, right? My standards of excellence should be higher for myself than those that I set for anybody else, okay? To remain a credible leader, I must always work first, work hardest, and work longest on changing myself. And this is not easy, and it's not normal, but it really is essential. Each of us have to do that. And I love this quote in the book that John Maxwell says. He says, good leaders are always conscious of the fact that they are setting the example and others are going to do what they do. So people are going to do what you do, for better or for worse. In general, the better the leader's actions, the better their people's actions. Okay? People are always watching what you are doing, Paul, whether you realize it or not.
Oh, I realize it. And when I first heard this, that there's only 3 things I need to master in life to make millions of dollars a year, I was like so relieved. Like, I only got to do 3 things. I got to become world class, like the best there is at self-development. I can do that. I love to read. When I'm driving, I'm listening to some Audible like Sheryl does. And we post all those recordings that we listen to on starschoolsystem.com. All the Facebook things that our videos we watch, we post them on starschoolsystem.com. So all that is done for you. So you've got to spend that time every single day on self-improvement. And then recruiting. I got to become a world-class recruiter. I got to become the best there is at this one skill. And, it's something I had to learn, something Sheryl had to learn. We didn't know how to do it in the beginning, but there's so many different ways to do it now, especially with social media. Facebook has taken the whole world and made it one little small village. So it's so easy to recruit now. And we teach you everything, how to do that. And then the coaching part, it's just loving on people, seeing where they are, knowing where they want to go, and helping them get there. So all 3 of those things are really, when you look at it, super simple. And to live the life of your dreams just by mastering these 3 things, Sheryl, to me, is just so relieving. And so okay, I'm moving in on these 3 things, and this is what I'm going to do. And grab a hold of those 3 things and just make a statement to yourself right now that, yes, these are the 3 things I'm going to master in my life. And yes, I will do these 3 things every single day so I can be that law of the picture. So let's just take some inventory right now. Your homework to wrap up this call right here is on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being perfect. How would you score yourself on this law of the picture? Basically, how consistent are you at doing these 3 things every day? And you might be saying, well, Paul, I maybe do some self-improvement once or twice a week. Am I recruiting every single day? No, maybe 2 or 3 days out of the week. Am I coaching? Am I calling all my customers back or all my CEOs back? No, I'm not doing that on a regular basis either. So you may score low in this. You may score a 3 or a 5 or whatever. It doesn't matter what the score is. This whole recording and this whole series is about bringing awareness to you of where you're at on each of these laws. And then we can take some action to improve it. Well, we got to know where we are right now first. So score yourself, on a scale from 1 to 10, on 10 being perfect, on how well you're doing these 3 things. Are you being the law of the picture to your team, and to what degree? So this is chapter 13 in the book, The 21 Laws of Leadership. If you haven't read this chapter yet, make sure you go on Audible and get the book, The 21 Laws of Leadership, or buy the book, and read chapter 13. And then read chapter 14 for next week. We're going to talk about the law of the buy-in. So it's super important to do that. And then some books to read. If you didn't score high on this, there's a great book by John Maxwell called The 360-Degree Leader. Another book by John is called Developing the Leader Within You. And there's actually a 2.0 version of that came out recently. That is unbelievable, awesome book. And then a third book that John wrote to help you with this law is Your Roadmap to Success. Another great book by John there. So again, this recording, we're doing this live on Facebook here, but this recording is going to be at starschoolsystem.com along with the blank scoring sheet. So there's a scoring sheet you should be filling out every single week and putting your score in these boxes here, and stating next to it in that notes column what you need to do to improve on this law. What steps can you take to improve on it? So Sheryl, I'm going to turn the call over to you to close it out.
Thanks so much, Paul. That was absolutely awesome. And you guys, make sure that you get this homework done. Make sure that you're staying on track with us. And you guys, by all means, please stay on the yellow brick road. You know, life gets so busy. It really does. But don't let the other things get in the way of you doing these 3 things. You guys, and the thing I love about this is that it's simple. You have 3 things that you can do every single day. Don't let a day go by that you don't do it. And I'll tell you, it's not easy, right? It really isn't easy, but you have to do it. Get good at this, and pretty soon it becomes automatic. You automatically will do it every single day, and I promise you it'll change your life. So be the law of the picture. Set the example of exactly what you want your whole team to look like, right? That's up to you. You are the one creating the culture on your team. And make sure, super important, pay attention, make sure that your culture is based on self-improvement, recruiting, and coaching every single day. You guys, Paul and I love you. Thank you for joining us. We are here to help you, support you, and really, we want each of you to have the kind of life that Paul and I have right now. That you're able to help other people whenever you see a need. You'll be able to do that. You'll be able to spend more time with your family, and you'll really have great health. You'll be able to really do all of those things that we all love to do together. So thanks so much. We love you, and have a great week.
Okay. Thanks so much, everybody. Talk to you soon.